Hi guys, in this video we study how to make a line plot and Barplot in Seaborn. So first of all what we do is we import Seaborn, we import match.lib.pyplot and we import pandas. So to create our data set, first of all we name a variable x and we store these values in this variable, and we create a variable called y and we store these values in that variable. To create a data frame, to create our data set, what do we do is pd.data frame, and here we have created a dictionary uh, in which we show x as days and we show y as number of people. So when we call our data frame, it will uh, make us a table in which x column is days and y column is the number of people, and that can be interpreted as like number of people going on in a shopping mall, like 20 people went on day 1 after the opening of the shopping mall, 40 people went on the second day. So similarly it is a data frame of 7 days in which number of people have been mentioned, that how many people have actually went to the shopping mall. So to create a line plot in using this data, we will use sns.lineplot. On x-axis we call days, on y-axis we want number of people, and in Seaborn what we have to take care of is will have to recall our data. We created we stored our data inside a variable named df, so we will have to call df every time we make a plot. So this creates a line plot, and as shown, this is a line plot, days on x-axis and number of people on y-axis. And a line plot is basically a simple line that shows a graphical relationship between x and y quantities. And one thing to mention, that Seaborn provides built-in data sets, and in order to get built-in data sets from Seaborn, what do we do is we call this function get underscore dataset underscore names. So these are all of the data frames that are built in Seaborn. When we import Seaborn, these data frames are preloaded in our repository, and we will use this data frame tips in our in this session. And to load a data set, we will use sns.load underscore dataset function, and in that function we will call this dataset and it will load. So this is our dataset in which there is basically a bill of a restaurant and a tip that the people gave, and what was the gender of the people, and were they smokers, what was the day, and what was the time, and what was the size, how many people were served. So it's a pretty comprehensive data set. And how can we customize a line plot? First of all, how can we create a line plot is sns.lineplot. We call this function in order to create a line plot, and here we in the x-axis we place day, on the y-axis we place total bill, and similarly we call our data frame. And then what is hue, what is style, what is palette? Basically these are the different attributes that can be used in Seaborn, and through these we can customize what is hue. So hue is like, in this data set, on basis of what column we want these two columns to get customized. So that is hue. We want to customize which column on the basis of which. So in hue we input the column that we want to actually take as a reference. So if we just remove this, control, what will happen is a simple line plot will be created. You can see there is a simple line plot that has been created. And now if I add all these attributes, palette is basically color, and style is there are different styles in Seaborn through which you can customize the graph. When we will add all of these attributes, you will see the graph unmatched. So basically, remove a bracket. The graph has been distributed on the basis of sex, on the basis of what time the visitors came, and it actually gives us a legend. Like I said, that a legend is displayed which shows that which graphical entry is shown by which type of line. So this makes our graph pretty easy. To create a bar plot and to customize a bar plot, what we do is we actually use the function sms.barplot, and similarly we will call our data, that is df, and we want the color of our bar plot to be magenta, and the saturation, let me tell you in a minute. Saturation is the degree of saturation of a graph, and if I actually increase it, let's make it 0.5, it will increase the saturation of our graph, and the color of our graph is, and let me make it 0.8, and it will change the color of our graph. So if we want to plot a horizontal bar plot, what do is from the above bar plot, simply we interchange the x and y entries. Here you can see I have changed x and y entries, and it will basically shuffle the graph to a horizontal bar plot. To get the median of this bar plot, we will import median from numpy, and through that same bar plot we will use another attribute called estimator is equal to median. This will show us the median of the graph. So this graph is basically the median value of the graph and of the data. So similarly, to get the mean, what we will do is from numpy we will import mean, and in estimator we will enter mean. So this graph is going to show us the mean of the graph, the mean of the values. There are two more attributes that we will discuss in this video. One is face color and the other is change in order. So what is face color? Face color actually gives us, it will make the graph look super easy. It will make the graph whitish color. Let me just load it and then I will explain. So we will have to write down an attribute called face color, and inside that face color we provide some values, and similarly we get the edge color. What is edge color? Edge color is basically the thickness of the edges of the graph plot. So this gives us, so if we just customize the edge color, we make it 0.5, you will see changes in the graph. So the edges are pretty slim now, and that is how you can use the face color to make your graph pretty simple. And similarly we can change the order in a graph, and like you can see on the y-axis we have Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. We want to change the order of this graph. I want to reverse the order of the graph. So what I will do is I will using the same graph, what I do is I use an attribute called order, and inside that order, first of all, I will place the last value, and then the second last, and then Friday, and then Thursday. So this will change the order of our graph. So you can see that the order of our graph has been changed. Similarly, you can customize using these attributes. By using these attributes, you can customize a variety of all of the data sets and can make them look pretty simple. This helps us in data visualization and also to make our data look pretty easy when we are making a presentation or when we are presenting the stats in our company. So that was it from this video. Hopefully that you like it. Peace out.